Hello guys, Leila here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm an American who's living in Hamburg, Germany, and I just got back from staying in the US, Southern California for 1 month. And so I have 15 more reverse cultural shocks that I've written down on my list. If you haven't seen the first 15, I'll link that video down below. So these ones, I'm still shocked at a few of them. I had an encounter with a homeless man that really shocked me, and I realized the difference between the homeless in Germany and also in the US, and a whole bunch more points. I got a call this morning from the Health Amt, which is the health department. Anyways, I'll get into that. First, I wanted to say thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. If you guys don't know, Skillshare is a learning community and you can learn anything on there. They have classes ranging from photography, art, self-help, which is what I'm getting into right now, is art and self-help combined, because I like to do art with meaning. And for me, I found this really awesome video on Skillshare, Self-Care Through Creativity, Turn Your Anxiety into Art. And it's a staff pick by Sarah Beth Morgan. She's a director and illustrator, and she's showing how to write down your emotions, what you're feeling, onto paper, and then she shows you how to get started with it. And I really liked her methods. You can also get classes in website design, graphic design. Like, I especially like their staff picks or their originals. So they have freelancers, entrepreneurs who make videos just for Skillshare. So they're really high quality. You have no ads, so it's specifically made for learning. The teachers always set up a project, and then you can read all the comments and the reviews, and other people will share what their experience was. So it's really nice to have this little community. They now have subtitles in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and Dutch, and German I saw on this video. I don't know if German's on all of them, but the German is, you can tell a professional translator has made these translations. They have live classes, so you can follow a teacher live. The first 1,000 subscribers of mine who sign up in September get 1 month free on Skillshare. And if you miss the September deadline, no worries, you can still get 2 weeks free of Skillshare. The link will be down below. Now, continuing on with the video. So the first thing on my list is what happened this morning, which really shocked me and really made me feel I am definitely back in Germany, which was different than when I was flying back home to California. There was nothing, you don't register yourself anywhere when you fly into California to say that, hey, I'm here, I'll be here for this long, I like quarantine. No one's checking on you or anything. But in Germany, like, the rules are always very clear, and there's always a website or somewhere where you're signing up and telling your information about where you are, so that the government kind of knows where you are and they can keep track of everyone and keep everyone healthy and safe, and everyone can be made aware if someone's infected, and then you're near them, and then you'll get like a notification that you've been near someone who was infected. It's just very organized in Germany. It's really cool. I knew when I got back here to Germany that I'm supposed to go to this website because I got an email. I knew I had to register my name and that I just came back from a high-risk area, the US. I just had to upload my proof of vaccination, and then I don't have to quarantine. That's the current rules as of, I don't know when that changed, but yeah, that's new rules. My jet lag, I forgot, and then I had work today, and so then during my lunch break, I get a call, and it was the Gesundheitsamt, the health office of Germany. It's like, I don't know, I felt like it was really official. I was like, oh my gosh, the Gesundheitsminister is calling me. But I thought that was super cool because they had my phone number and my email from the airport when I signed up. She was very kind. She just reminded me, please upload your proof of vaccination if you have that. And yeah, and I was like, okay, thank you for reminding me. And yeah, so that was a difference. Okay, next, the rest of the points aren't COVID related, besides one is about the masks. France as well, I heard. But yeah, we have to wear in Germany these ones. In the US, everyone is still wearing just whatever mask. Many people are still wearing the cloth masks that we wore in the very beginning of the pandemic. But yeah, in grocery stores here and on buses, well, actually no, not on buses. You can choose whether to wear the blue medical ones or the white ones, but for a long time, I think it's still the case, our grocery stores here in Hamburg require this one to go into the grocery stores. When I told my American friends this, they were so shocked how strict it is in Germany. And I was really thankful because I never would have known about these FFP2 masks, and I didn't try searching for these when I was in California because I brought some with me. So I wonder if they're there. Probably. Let me know. I'm sure they're on the Amazon.com thing. Germans say they're good, so you should wear them. Next on the list, so the homeless difference. There's two things to this. So the first one, I had a big bag of water bottles because I found out, thanks to my time living in Germany, actually I might have known this before Germany, there's a few places in Southern California where you can bring water bottles to get money for it, and you have to actually Google it. It's kind of hard to find. It's not like here in Germany where every grocery store has a place where you can enter your water bottles because of the Pfand, this little logo. If you're not German watching, this logo means that it's worth, in this case, all water bottles are 25 cents in Germany. In the US, water bottles will say on it 5 cents. So most people don't really care about 5 cents, in my experience in California, and also a lot of people don't know you can turn that actually into money somewhere. Because yeah, I had to go on Google Maps and really search for a place in California. Anyways, I had a big bag and I was planning on recycling it to get some money my last day in California, but then I was running out of time and I saw this homeless man who had a sign asking for money. And so I stopped my car next to him because it was in a parking lot, and I asked him if he would like the bag of water bottles I had. And he told me very quickly, he's like, "No thanks." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "I'm sure someone else would want them though." And that was really shocking to me because here in Germany, it's like, you see the homeless people here are looking in every trash can everywhere. You just see it constantly. They're all looking for the water bottles because they're good money. That was a shock for me, like, okay. And I told my boyfriend this, he's German. He laughed. He's like, "Yep, probably wouldn't happen in Germany, but I don't know." Let me know down below, do you think if you offered a homeless person a bag of water bottles in Germany, would they be happy about it? I mean, maybe it was because this problem in California where you have to kind of know where the places are to put the water bottles, so maybe that's why. But I did see, when I was on the beach in California, I did see a couple people going through all the trash cans and collecting them, so it's a thing. Some, just not, maybe not all the homeless people. The next point about the homeless thing comes to and this might just be my perception, so let me know if you have a different perception, but mine is, and I see it as the American culture is very social, very talkative. They talk with strangers everywhere, in line, in the grocery store. People will just start talking to you. It's just typical American behavior, I think. And most people, I think, would agree with that, that Americans are just really open, not afraid of strangers, compared to Germany, and especially Northern Germany. Northern Germans keep to themselves. They're kind of, I think, afraid of strangers, it seems like. Most, I've definitely had exceptions, for sure, but yeah, most would not talk to strangers in line at the grocery store, just having a full-on conversation and stuff. So, but I think that transfers into the homeless people in the US, which is really horrible. And I know the US healthcare has totally failed in the mental health, in so many departments, especially the mental health department. So we have very sick people all over Southern California, especially because I think that's where it's warm and it's probably a much better life for the people who don't have homes. And that includes a lot of people with what seems like schizophrenia, in my opinion. I'm not a healthcare professional, but it appears to be a lot of people with schizophrenia. And they are not afraid of strangers. So the difference I've noticed in Northern Germany, I have not seen a homeless person come up to me and try to have a conversation with me. They strictly ask for money, and they're very good about it. And even if I have seen someone who seems to have schizophrenia, they're just yelling at themselves, and I've never been approached. But in Southern California, it happens almost every time I go home. There's a sick, I think, schizophrenic person who comes up to me and bothers me, really makes me feel uncomfortable. Last year when I went home, I had to call the police actually, because this man was following me, and he would not stop following me, and he was telling me horrible things of what he wanted to do to me. It was horrible. And I've never experienced anything like that in Germany. And then there was another occasion when I was sitting at a bench at a nearby park in California, and this homeless man came up to me and started talking to me about this girl that he talks to on his phone, like from I don't know where, and he just wouldn't stop talking about that. And I just was not responding because he was freaking me out, scaring me. And he started calling me names for not responding to him because I go quiet when I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, and it was really scary. I thought he was gonna try to hurt me or something, but luckily my friend was with me and she kind of like told him to go away. So I've never experienced that in Germany. That's just my perception, is that the German culture of being afraid of strangers, I think also, and then also I think the people who are sick have a chance to get help in Germany. That might also be why. Maybe there's just not so many sick people living on the streets. I know German homeless people get some support every month compared to American homeless people who it's a real struggle, I've heard, for them to get any help at all. Next, oh my gosh, the food in California. So on one hand, it is the most delicious food you'll ever eat. Every German friend of mine who's visited, who's had our like junk food, our fast food places like In-N-Out Burger. If you're in California, you have to try In-N-Out Burger. I don't know if that's in northern, it might just be in Southern California. I don't know, things are changing, but typically it has been a Southern California burger, cheeseburger place, and it's very affordable. You can't describe the taste. It is so good. My German friend who was visiting, he described it in German as "Es ist pervers. Es ist so geil. Es ist pervers." And he was a kite surfer, so I think that's like kite surfer lingo in German. I describe it as that too. It's geil. In German, geil is like awesome. It's like, but what comes with that is we have this easy access to this super amazingly yummy junk food, and it's hard to resist it. And when I'm home, I'm so excited because it's not just the junk food, it's also we have the Tex-Mex Mexican food. I know it's not authentic, but it's so good and it's so fattening. The similar thing in Germany I would like kind of compares a little bit but not quite is Döner kebab. It's like dripping with flavor. It's so yummy. But I noticed after spending 5 weeks in California, I started getting the acid reflux problem, and only in California. In Germany, I can eat a whole bag of chips. By the way, my favorite brand is Frisch, what's it called? Frisch, Funny Frisch. I'm obsessed with this brand. I have a huge addiction to it. And the difference between pigging out on junk food in Germany is that I don't get sick, really. I don't get this acid reflux where it feels like I'm suffocating when I'm laying down, like in California, like the acid like comes up. And I never had this problem, ever. It's when I come home, I get this problem, and then I come back to Germany, I don't have the problem. And I was eating healthy for a good week in California because I was like, okay, no more Mexican food, no more junk food, I'm gonna eat healthy. And I still was getting this problem. My German friend who lives in Los Angeles, he was telling me that he has the same problem, and he's been eating super healthy, going to the healthy grocery stores, and he still has this problem. So I don't know if I'm right on this, but you can just tell in your stomach, something's weird. And so I have been thankful that I'm back in Germany. I'm like, okay, yes, I can eat what I want, and I know I'm not gonna get sick and I'm not gonna get this acid reflux thing. And my friend was telling me her boyfriend in California also has really bad acid reflux, and I was like, you guys gotta go to Germany. You gotta just try it out, see if his problem gets fixed. But maybe it's the portion size, maybe because Americans usually eat big portion sizes, so maybe I don't know. The food's so good though. I mean, it tastes like you'll never have anything on your tongue that tastes like that. Great on the tongue, terrible on the stomach. Next is saying German words to my American friends and confusing them. My friend came over to hang out. I've known this friend forever. She's my really good friend, so it's really nice to see her. And when she was leaving, she was like, all right, I'll see you next week. And I was like, all right, until later. I was like, we didn't talk about that, but I said until later, which is a direct translation of bis später in German, which means like, see you later. And so I wanted to say see you later. I said until later. So I'm a German speaking Danglish. Is that Danglish or is that just bad German English? I don't know. In my last video, I was talking about how I kept saying bye when I was exiting with the cashier, which I'll explain to you guys because a lot of you asked, what do you guys say if you don't say bye in person in California? So I'll say that in a second. But yeah, I also was not only saying the bye like wrong, I was saying the German hello like a couple times. The cashier would be like, hello, and I'm like, hello. Like, oh my gosh. They didn't like seem to notice that, but I definitely noticed that I said hello instead of hello. Random tangent. Some of you guys have been correcting me when I pronounce Hamburg, but when I speak English, I use the English pronunciations of German cities, just like when I speak German, I don't say I stick with the German pronunciation because I'm speaking that language, so I'll say Californian and not California when I speak German. Just by the way, I know that I'm pronouncing Hamburg not right because I'm speaking English, and in English, Hamburg is Hamburg, just like Munich is München. Anyways, so my explanation, what do we say in the US if we don't say choose, we don't say bye when we're leaving the cashier, any place that we're shopping any clothing store or anything. Literally, this is a cultural difference, and I know it's hard for a lot of Germans to understand this, I've noticed when I talk about this. Just like when we say, how are you? Literally in the US, you can ask linguists, because my family member of mine, she's a linguist, and she teaches English to people who have English not as their first language, so English as a second language. She teaches them that how are you in English means hello. So, and it's the same thing with when we say goodbye. When we say goodbye in the US, we don't say goodbye because for us that sounds harsh and a little hard, like it sounds too hard for us. Like the cashier will say, have a great day, and that means goodbye. And so I'll say, thank you, and that means goodbye. That's what I learned. I mean, I'm not a linguist, but this is how I see it. Like, have a great day, or they'll say, have a good one, and I'll say, thanks, you too. So that means goodbye, and then we just leave. So, and it's the same thing with our friends. We'll say, all right, see you later, and just like on the phone, we'll say, talk to you later, all right, talk to you later. And we can say bye on the phone, like, bye-bye, that's fine. But we like to avoid goodbye. It just, I don't know, it's too formal for us, I think. But yeah, in German, you say tschüss in every situation, it seems like. And on the phone also, ciao. I know you guys commented that on my last video, like, oh yeah, don't forget the ciao. Yeah, a lot of Germans are saying ciao. The next one really made me laugh. I was with Tori from I Like Big Bugs. She visited me. Sorry we didn't make a video. I was working German hours, so I was really tired while I was in California, so that's why I didn't make too many videos. Yeah, I was shopping and in a chocolate store, and there's this little guy, like 15-year-old kid, who is working behind the counter in the chocolate store. And I was with Tori, and I was distracted. I'm always really distracted when I'm with a friend, and I don't really pay attention too much. And so he tells me the total, and I grab a €5 out of my purse because I have it mixed with my dollars in the euros. And I hand him a €5 without realizing I just handed him euros. I looked at it, but I didn't recognize it as a euro. I think because I'm living in Germany too long, I'm like, I don't know. And he looks at it and like kind of panics, and he's like, and he goes to like the older woman that he's working with, and I was like, oh, sorry. I'm like, here. And then I hand him the $5 bill. So yeah, Tori and I were kind of laughing about that. That poor guy, he looked so confused. And on the same day, we went to the beach, and we got a frozen chocolate covered banana, which is my favorite thing. I don't know, in Germany, I've seen you guys having like refrigerated chocolate covered bananas in Rewe, the grocery store. I've never seen a frozen one, and I've also seen like you guys have a popular chocolate, like just in the chocolate section of the grocery store, not refrigerated section, of these like chocolate flavored banana things. But yeah, let me know, are Germans not into frozen chocolate covered bananas? Because that's really popular, at least in Southern California. Anyway, so it was like too much chocolate for me, so I only ate like half of it, and I just wanted to throw away the rest. So I told Tori, like, I'm going to walk to the bin and throw it away. And Tori starts laughing that I called the trash can the bin. And that's because in Germany, they use British English. So I've been getting used to, like, my boyfriend, he's saying a lot of British English, and I'll make fun of him when he says British pronounced words. Like he'll say mosque, like, do you have your mosque? And I'm like, haha, mosque. You mean mask? Rubbish bin is what they say for trash can. So that's funny, I'm speaking now British English. Danglish and British English. Thanks, Germany. I'm so happy to be back in Germany for many reasons. One is the groceries are much cheaper. So I showed my boyfriend a picture of the Starbucks coffee pods in the grocery store, which come a pack of 10. And they're these, the little pods, and they're $10.99 for 10 of these little pods in a pack. And he texted me, he's like, oh my God, those prices. Because in Germany, he told me it translates to $4.50 US cents. So more than like half of what it is in California. Southern California is very expensive though. So for example, the rent here, something that's $1,000 a month will be $2,000 a month in California. So, but also the salary, you get paid a lot more. So it's kind of, I think it balances out, but I think it's for sure more because you're by the beach. Because a lot of Californians are just ordering their food and delivery. It's very common to not go to the grocery store because you'll pay a lot more at the grocery store compared to ordering delivery. And I've heard Germans who told me this opinion too, who visited California. You guys are always making fun of us for not cooking, but it's not our fault. It's just really expensive to cook. Water, I'm happy to be back with the German water. I know the sink tastes pretty good, but I've been drinking these water bottles. I know. We don't feel so bad here because you have such a great recycling thing here, so that's why our water tastes okay. My last apartment tasted a little bit better, so, but it tastes much better than California water. California water tastes like pool water, tastes like chlorine a little bit. So that's why in California we all have these filters and the Brita filter things. Then healthcare, I'm really happy. Like in my last video, I didn't really touch on that about my having to get my wisdom teeth out. But I'm really thankful that I have visa here, my job visa. So I have the ability to have a public health insurance. It's like, yay, like I get all the healthcare that I want for free. I just feel really lucky about that. In California, you just want to avoid the doctor at all costs. Here, you don't have this worry, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm happy that I had the choice to come back to Germany and get my wisdom teeth out, and I'm happy they're not like so painful that I can wait a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to spend $1,000 or $2,000 to get my teeth out. I had coworkers in the US who purposefully did not want health insurance. They didn't want it. It was for them too expensive. They'd rather just pay out of their pocket if anything ever happens to them. And if you told them about Germany, like I had this woman who was older that I worked with, and I told her about how it works in Germany, and she's like, yeah. So I think it's hard to explain that to an American, and some of them just like not paying for health insurance. So, but I personally, I like how it is here. I like safety. I like being assured that I'm going to be taken care of and stuff, and not lose all my money. So taking your shoes off inside. This one, I know Americans get made fun of a lot for this. And I don't know if it's only California because we don't have rain like ever almost in California. So it's like always summer, almost year round. So it's always dry and the ground's always dry. So we never really have too much dirt on our shoes, never like visible dirt. So I think that's why a lot of Californians don't take their shoes off when they're inside. But I got in the habit, and every time I came home, I took off my shoes. Like I felt really gross about it. Even if it's dry and there's no mud, I still took my shoes off because I got used to that living in Germany and living with my boyfriend. We always keep our shoes by the door. And I asked my sister, she was wearing her shoes inside her apartment, and I was like, why don't you take them off? And she's like, because I have a cleaner come every week. And I'm like, oh yeah, like that's a typical answer from an American. It's like, I mean, we get the ground cleaned every week, so. But I know Germans are gonna tell me in the comments all about how nasty that is, so. I don't know, it's just a cultural thing. We just don't see it. Just like I had my German roommate, when I first studied in Hamburg, told me never sit on your bed with your outside clothes. And that was also something I never heard before I lived in Germany. Like outside clothes, oh. But also we don't have public transportation in Southern California, so I'm never sitting on a public thing. I'm always sitting in my own car in California, so I think that's also probably why I never really thought about sitting on other people's germs and stuff. So now I don't sit on the bed with my outside clothes now, thanks to that guy. Let me know down below if you also are like that, because I also saw a TikTok video of an American actually talking about how she never sits on her bed with her outside clothes, so maybe this is just me and I never heard about this before. And then shops open on Sundays. I really prefer that, actually, the shops being open on Sundays. It was so convenient, but I know the German, you guys are all going to tell me in the comments, like, it's so nice for the people to spend time with everyone gets it off on Sundays, so they can all spend time with their family and their friends. And so yeah, I totally agree. That's super nice for the society and everything. But I have to admit, I loved it so much when I was home for 1 month that I had this option. Because on Saturday I was exhausted from the work week, and then Sunday was my chance to like go shopping and do all my stuff I just didn't have any energy to do on Saturday, and so. But it's fine. I'm here in Germany and it's okay. Also, I worked as a cashier in the US and I was full-time, and my days off would always be like random, like Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday. It would always be random. So yeah, but I get it. When everyone has the same day off, that is pretty cool that you get to all do something together. I was on the train yesterday coming back to Hamburg because I prefer direct flight to Frankfurt actually. So, and I was struggling to get my suitcase up on the train, and these guys, 2 German guys, like came up immediately to help me, and it was so nice. And so I wanted to just say that point, because in my last video I said how in the grocery stores no one will come up to you when you're struggling, but that's not the case in Germany when you're like in others like situations when you actually just are clearly needing help. Like Germans are super quick to help you, and you'll see them also helping women with babies in their strollers up and down the stairs in the train stations. I think Germans are when you come down to it, they're really kind people. Just, I think it can be misunderstood sometimes. So that's my list. I was going to talk about the sweatpants thing, but I don't really want to get all the comments because I know I'm going to get all the comments about Karl Lagerfeld and the quote you guys always comment when you talk about wearing sweatpants in public. I've been making these videos for a couple years, so I'm used to these comments, but yeah. I do miss the California wearing like whatever you want, and I know you guys are gonna say Germans don't care, whatever, wear whatever you want, but guys, when everyone's wearing the same thing and you're the only one wearing something different, it's uncomfortable. And maybe it's a woman who cares about, who I'm like very observant, like I think to have a YouTube channel to notice little things, I think you have to be pretty observant. So maybe my type of personality, I just can't handle that. So yeah, in Germany you gotta look like, wear jeans. Americans, Southern Californians, I don't think like to wear jeans that often. So a lot of us are wearing, I don't know, sweat type of clothes to the grocery store and all that stuff. So I'm gonna end the video there, 30 minutes. I hope you liked this video and let me know your thoughts down below. And also subscribe and like this video if you liked it. I'm uploading now at least 2 videos a month. So if you guys want to support me on Patreon, I'll put my Patreon down below. The next video will be coming out in a couple weeks. And I'll see you later. Bis später. Bye.